Hello, my name is Hong Teng, co-founder and CEO of BitOrb. I'm going to show you how to create a nested rule using the Orchestrator. So now we're going to use the Orchestrator to create a nest of rules in which I have a strategy based on my charting and technical analysis that I've done in my own sweet time. And now I want to put into a series of rules that will execute based on the trigger points that I'm setting. So I've got a short here in my active orders, right, at the entry of 10398. And what I want to do now is to actually put in an orchestrator rule to take profit on this particular order. And I click on orchestrator and I go to active, and what I can do is I add a rule. And in this case, I want to take profit on my short and choose that and choose the particular ID. And in this particular case, you can see with the NIRF at the last 4 digits, I can choose that and I can set when I actually want to unwind or take profit on this short. So since my entry is 10398, I can do it last traded price of less than or equal to, say, 10,300. And to make things even more interesting, I could actually say that I don't want to just take profit when the market is below 10,300. I could also add an indicator where I show the relative strength index, say on a shorter time frame of 15 minutes, has to be, in this case, because it's oversold, I want it to be less than or equal to, say, 25, right? So if the digital asset like Bitcoin is oversold and the price has also dropped to less than 10,300, it will execute this take profit on my current short. So I create this order, it's checking its logic, there it is. Now, if I'm taking profit at this particular level of 10,300, I would think that that would be the maximum profit that I can make for this particular time frame on this short. So it's only logical to think that the price would then bounce back, and therefore my strategy could include that I think it's going to go long after I take profit on my short, right? So what I can do is I can actually do a market, and I can do a buy and set in my quantity, say of 10 contracts, my leverage, that's up to my risk management. Now I can also then set a take profit here of, say, 10,400, right? It rebounds back to 10,400. And I can set my indicator that I would only do this if, say, for example, the last traded price is less than or equal to 10,300, right? And choose the fact that I would only do this after my previous rule has also been triggered. Now, this is an important aspect that I'd like to share with you and elaborate further, is that the orchestrator doesn't use margin in order for you to create rules. So I could have just enough in my particular trade right now, in my balance, right? As you can see, I don't have too much of a balance in this account, that I can only execute another trade after I've taken profit on a current trade. So once I've taken profit on my short, I'm able to then execute a long because I've got margin return and also with my profit from my previous trade. So this is one of the advantages of having the orchestrator, because you can create a series or a nest of rules and be using the margin that you have available, right? And if you don't have it available, then the rule will execute, but it's immediately cancelled, right? But if you use this nest of rules, you can enable yourself to get back your margin from your current order and then use that margin to execute. I'm creating that. As you can see, we've created a nest of rules here. I'm taking profit on a current short that I'm in, and once I've done that, my margin's returned, my profit as well. So as you can see, we've created a nest of rules here where I have an active order right now for a short. I can unwind that, get my margin returned so that I have margin to execute a long during the rebound. So that's how you create a nested rule using the orchestrator. For more tips and guides, check out BitOrb Campus. See you in the next video.